Earlier today, Apex released their patch notes coming for Season 20 Breakout, and of course we knew some of these things, but we didn't know all of these things, and I am extremely excited because there is one thing we have been asking for over and over and over again that we never heard about, and finally they are making a change to it. If you guys want to stay up to date with what's going on in the Apex Legends news scene, of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It has been so difficult because the last 3 days, Windstream has had my internet cut off for whatever reason. There's been an outage. They won't come fix it. They're supposed to fix it today or tomorrow, so sorry for the lack of uploads. We should be back in full force tomorrow, but without further ado, let's dive into it. Of course, I saw this by John Larson earlier, giving a little bit of a recap with these patch notes, and as we dove into them on their EA website, we got the official confirmation with Season 20 patch notes, and some of this we already knew, so I'm not going to dive into it too much, but I will give a brief overview if you guys have not seen them already. So of course, the map rotation is going to be Olympus, Stormpoint, and World's Edge. We do know that performance mode is finally coming to Xbox Series X, S, and PS5. That's going to be 120 hertz availability now, so if you guys can run that much FPS, then you'll be able to do it. But don't forget, whenever you run performance mode, you will lose your 0.6 aim assist. It'll go down to 0.4, just like on PC. So you also of course got the crafting situation we already talked about, decreased interaction time with replicators. Inventory can now be accessed from within the crafting menu as well. Printed items left alone will auto eject from the replicator after some time, and also basically saying welcome to crafting 2.0. So it's like a different thing entirely, and there's going to be some things left out. You know, it's going to mostly be like crafting banners, crafting med kits, crafting, you know, shields, and of course we've already talked about that change. World's Edge Big Mod is going to be getting some new additions as well, with crafting materials now gone. That's right, there's no more crafting materials. Rampart has been figuring out how to get more customers through her door, and what better way to do that than a fire sale. All Big Mod paintball weapons are now free, but they will take time to dispense from their vending machines, so it's kind of like you know, cash outs, I guess, in like the finals or whatever. So all these nice gold weapons inside a Big Mod are going to be free. We just got to wait for them to actually deploy once you start the initiation. So once a player has claimed their free weapon, they cannot get another, so you're limited to whatever one you pick. Loba will still be able to steal a second gun with her black market, however, so that's going to be a really interesting Loba buff as well. There also is an increased variety of weapons to choose from, but gold kitted weapons are no longer offered at Big Mod. Well, get rid of that gold weapon I just mentioned, because of course now they're no longer available. So of course we knew all these legends were going to be getting their perks, and I'll just kind of like let these cycle through on screen if you guys want to know what every single perk in the game is. Essentially every single character is going to get 2 perks that they can choose from as they upgrade their armor throughout the game. So when you're level 2, you get 2 perks and you can choose which one. Level 3, you get 2 new perks and you can choose which one. So of course, like I said, we've already hit on these, and a lot of this is old news, but if you guys haven't seen it already and you want to pause on the legend that you like and you want to know about, of course, feel free to do that as well. Of course, we already talked about clubs are sadly being retired and moved out of the game. Very unfortunate. But then you come to some more nitty-gritty details that we have been looking out for over the last couple of weeks, and here we go. Starting it off, the EVA 8 is going to be entering the care package, and the Prowler is returning to the floor loot. So one of the things that they did was obviously just revert these out, and a lot of people saw that the EVA 8 was coming, but we didn't know necessarily what was going to be coming out, and that was a very exciting announcement here to see, because I'm excited at getting my hands back on the Prowler again. Also, we got some changes with the gold weapon rotation. The R301, RE45, Mastiff, and Devotion, and the 3030 are going to be the gold weapons for Apex Season 20. They also said when it comes to replicators, each individual replicator is now a single-use player per match. Very interesting. And then also every game will start with 12 replicators spawned. Decrease interaction time with instant printing as well, and printed items left alone will auto eject out of their replicators within a certain amount of time as well. So very interesting stuff. Then you go into weapons and attachments. We did talk about and did discuss 3030 was getting nerfed, but we didn't know exactly what it was. Well, here you go. The base damage has been reduced to 39, and it was 42 in the past. The ammo capacity also has been unchanged for the base mag, reduced to 7 from 8 in the white mag. The blue mag is reduced to 8, and it used to be 10. The purple mag was reduced to 10, and it used to be 12. Also, the skull piercer headshot multiplier was reduced to 2.0 instead of 2.1. So overall, nice nerf for the 3030, and we have been needing this for quite some time. And there's some other things as well. The marksman stock reload speed bonus normalized to match other sniper weapons as well. The dual loader removed as an integrated hop-up now only loads 1 shell per reload. Reloading 3 shells in a row increases reload speed by 20% of the remainder of the upload as well. Also, the hemlock has been nerfed. We got a damage reduction to 20 and it used to be 21. The hip fire spread has been increased and the spread delay has been increased to 0.28 and it was a 0.21. Despite the EVA 8 going into the care package, there actually were some nerfs to it as well. The damage was reduced to 6 instead of 7. The fire rate, however, was increased to 3 instead of 2.4. Recoil has been reduced to better match the faster fire rate. Also, hammer points have a 20% damage increase against flesh and +1 damage as well. Gold shotgun bolt is also implemented here, where the shells will reload on the slide increase to 2 and it was 1, so a little bit of a buff there. Also, that change for the gold shotgun bolt only affects the EVA 8 in the care package, not other weapons that the gold shotgun bolt may apply to as well. Also, you've got the L-Star can no longer equip barrel attachments. Prowler is now on the floor, reverted to non-care package version, so the damage has been decreased to 15 and it was 16. The select fire hop-up has now been removed. The burst delay increased to 0.2 instead of 0.24, and the spread delay has been increased to 0.28 instead of 0.15. R99 has also had an ADS vertical and horizontal recoil increase, another nerf on the R99. The R301 has had hip fire spread reduced, nice little buff for it. SMG ballistics have had a change as well. Projectile gravity increased across all SMGs, and I'm pretty sure this just means like you know, you have a lot of bullet drop, I guess. Now projectile launch speed has also been reduced across SMGs, but the Prowler has been unchanged. The digital threat can no longer be equipped to the SMGs, and the spawn rates have been reduced by 20% as well. I kind of like that change. Laser sights have also had a little bit of a change, where the spread multipliers have been reduced. The white laser has been adjusted by 0.9 and it was 0.8. Blue is 0.8, used to be 0.6, and the purple is 0.7, it used to be 0.4. Also, a little quick change, they actually made the movement seem a lot smoother if you're using a heavy legend. You guys know how it feels like you're running faster with Wraith, even though Gibraltar is the same speed. Well, they basically made the animations a little bit better so that it feels normal, right? It doesn't feel like you're going super slow. The movement feels a lot better, so I really like this change, and I feel like it's going to help a lot, especially if you're trying to play fast and you're playing these bigger characters. You might feel a lot more in tune with how fast your movement actually is. Also, support legends have had a little bit of a change, with extended supply bin contents have now been improved. Ballistic has his sling weapons now have all white attachments while equipped, so no more no attachments. His Tempest also has an effect radius for ally range, which has been increased to 90 meters instead of 13 meters. Also, Bloodhound Tracker Raven Scan Ult's charge is now gated behind the Hunting Ravens upgrade as well. The Catalyst Dark Veil lifetime has been decreased to 15 seconds, so that's 10 seconds off of its normal. Link decreased to 40 meters instead of 55. I really love Catalyst nerfs here. And then Conduit has a change as well. Radiant Flash, the cooldown has been increased by 5 seconds. Temporary shield generation rate decreased to 15 HP instead of 20 HP. The temporary shield generation time increased to 9 seconds instead of 8 seconds. The ultimate ability has a mine duration reduced to 45 seconds instead of 60 seconds. Mine HP has now been reduced to 200 HP instead of 250, and the distance at which mines are removed when deployed are basically now close to one another and has been increased by 100%. Crypto surveillance drone has had changes as well, with the speed of the drone recall has been increased slightly. Transitions going in and out of the drone are now faster. I love that. Horizon gravity lift cooldown has been increased by 5 seconds. Lifeline has had changes as well, where in modes with upgrade cores enabled, Lifeline's care package now has a 50-50 chance to drop an extra piece of smart equipment versus large consumable instead of an armor. Mad Maggie Wrecking Ball will no longer be destroyed on first enemy hit. Instead, the Wrecking Ball will trigger an explosion, then keep going, allowing for a second explosion to trigger later. The same player cannot be hit again by the ball for 2 seconds after the impact. Players can only be affected by the shell shock and knockback effects once. Also, the Mad Maggie Wrecking Ball will now bounce through devices that it hits and destroys. Also, the Octane jump pad has an audio fall off of double jump that has now been adjusted to be slightly less audible from long distances. I really like that. Pathfinder also has had some changes of insider knowledge, where he can scan care packages, now awards 50% of his ult charge instead of 100%, and the 15-second ultimate cooldown and instead of the 10-second cooldown. This also applies to ring console or survey beacon scans, and then map updates here as well. The Apex Games Museum on World's Edge has now an all-new exhibit that honors the history of the Outlands and the origin of the games. A little bit of map changes I don't really think are that big of a deal. Thunderdome, of course, is a new mixtape map that I think is nice. It has that dynamic crowd as well. Mixtape also have some updates as well with their modes, updated loadouts to reflect the new weapon meta changes, and Gun Run has a removed charge rifle and added the Cray scraper. I absolutely love that. What a good change for gun run. And then don't forget, they have their new LTM called Straight Shot, which is a reduced lobby of 30 players, smaller map. It's just crazy in games. It's going to be awesome. Then ranked, of course, we all know went back to the 13 ranked system. I'm very excited about that. Can't wait to play it. Really hope my internet is back tomorrow so I can stream it. And then I saved the best for last. I know the title of the video is literally at the very end of the video, but at least I put the timestamps in for you. This is the big one. Ring exploit prevention. You can no longer camp outside the ring like a little wussy that you are, trying to manipulate the rank system and just basically craft med kits over and over. You will now get a warning if you spend too much time outside the ring, and if you stay even longer, you're going to get eliminated by the game. So not even for the sake of you're just losing health, but if you're just trying to manipulate the system and stay out there, you're just going to get out of bounds. And I'm really happy about that, because finally people will start playing Battle Royale the way it was intended to be played, instead of just this stupid ranked exploit where people are getting Apex Predator by crafting med kits outside of the zone and just never getting punished for it whatsoever. Really massive good W here for Respawn, and I'm so happy that they finally did this. What a good change. Shout out to Respawn for doing the right thing here. This is all in all a really great fix. Let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comment section below. Of course, there are some slight bug fixes as well that you can see on screen now, with audio, graphics, generic bugs, legends as well, and then even some quality of life changes that they've added if you guys want to take a look on the screen, but I don't think they're that important to dive into right now. Let me know what you guys are thinking down below, and until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.